Yeah, hi. It is Today is Tuesday, August the 30th. Yeah, today's yeah. So it's about 4:59 p.m. You know, God, I want you to just imagine yourself in my shoes just for 1 second and understand what I have to go through. Now, the problem, and I realize that I do have to do lives. I do have to live podcasts and just talk about exactly what I'm going through and what I'm being put through. For a long time, I realized what this woman is able to do, Keisha Glymph. And what she's able to do is hack. And she's able to hack into just about any electronic device. So we're talking about phone, laptop, whatever, what have you. There was a lot of things happening in my life that I had no idea why it was happening. We're talking about several years ago. Why I wouldn't get the opportunities, why I wouldn't get the jobs, why this female wouldn't call me back, why I couldn't be friends with this person. I had no idea what she was doing behind the scenes. And what she was able to do behind the scenes is listen to every conversation I was having on the cell phone. I had no idea that existed. Okay, we're talking back in 2014, 15, 16, but she was even doing that even before. Shit, I'm coming from the islands. I don't know this existed. Everything I'm telling you, I had to learn it the hard way. And then you see shit in movies and everything. Most of that shit is real. Okay? And the shit that's happening in the movies, whether you believe it or not, ordinary citizens are able to get their hands on that technology via the dark web. You would be surprised what you can buy on the dark web. So I did a rough draft. I do drafts and then I erase them. I erased that draft earlier on today. And I realized that if I don't speak out on what's happening and what's being done to me, but just not to me, if you don't speak out on things that people are doing to you, guess what? It's going to keep on happening. And a lot of stuff that this woman is doing, a lot of stuff that she's doing, it's very, very wicked and very, very evil. Let me tell you something. I want you to imagine for a second that every fucking thing you do is being watched online. Not by the government, not by the NSA, by a motherfucker that you met almost 2 decades ago and don't want to leave you alone. Have you ever met someone, things didn't work out, and they don't want to leave you alone? Well, that's the motherfucker I'm talking about. This is the situation I'm in. An obsessed psychopath. I have about 3 or 4 phones. And when I was at the SRO, even before that, but it's significant. When I was in the shelter system, SRO stands for single room occupancy. I had a tenant above me, and he would harass me a lot, much like what the tenants are upstairs doing above me now. Now you have to understand something. I do not know anyone anywhere. It's just the shelter system. You go here, you go there. You don't know anyone. Everyone is a stranger. So I never put together, right? I was just like, okay, I remember when I was podcasting. Now listen to this. I would be podcasting. I would do drafts on my phone. I would write on my phone. And then all of a sudden, the tenant upstairs would start banging. Listen. If I would talk about the next door, my next door neighbor at the shelter who would be banging also, but, she had mental issues, so, but she would be doing it on purpose. I would always talk to her. It was a tea, but I was like, yo, would you stop? And he was like, okay, stuff like that over and over and over. But the tenant upstairs, I had to leave my room about 3 months ago. I left my room 3 months ago when I was at the SRO crying. So let me tell you how evil and wicked tenants, neighbors can be. Because my roommate told me something. She says, yeah, they had me running out of here with all the noise they used to make and everything. They used to bully her where I moved to. But let me tell you something about having a demonic tenant. So when I was at the SO, every time I would podcast, when I was at the one before and I would be podcasting, they would pass by my door and they would say like stuff like shut the fuck up and everything like that. When I went to the SRO, same fucking thing. And I'm just like, wait a minute. First of all, how did you get my number? How did they get my number? How did they get my phone data information? I'm asking all of these things. See, I know Keisha was behind of it, but I was just like, damn, I just got here. How the fuck do they know me? Do you understand what I'm saying? Listen, so it was about 3 weeks ago, a month ago, before I moved here. I moved here the first week in August. So I've only been here 4 weeks. I moved here 4 weeks in August. Before I moved here, I bought a phone. You have to understand what I'm going through. I don't just be going off just for nothing. But just for 1 second, I want you to put yourself in my shoes and understand what I'm being put through. If you understand what cyberbullying is, if you understand what gang stalking is, you would understand just a bit of what I'm going through. Before I moved here, I had bought a phone, an unlocked phone. And when I bought it, I had put on the service one time. I never used it for anything else, right? Now listen. I let the service lapse. I went ahead and I re-upped the service again to an unlimited service. And I started podcasting from that phone. When I moved here, I would go to the gym with that phone. I would try to pump myself up and everything, you understand. Then she started messing with that phone. Started messing with it so much that when I was on my way to the gym, she would actually turn my phone off. Listen, she would turn my phone off. Over and over and over, she kept doing it. I say, fuck it. I would always come back to the apartment, and what would I do? I would make I would make a podcast about it. That new phone, I I even had a YouTube channel set up with it, right? And I was just like, I began noticing something from the upstairs neighbors, you understand? And what I began noticing, right? What I began noticing is on that new phone, every time I did something, I would hear noise above the phone like before. Listen, I would be podcasting 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. When I got up, they got up. And I didn't understand why. It's a brand new phone. How the fuck do they know my number? How the fuck do they know when I am doing a podcast from when I'm not doing a podcast? How the fuck? I just bought this phone a month ago. I said, okay, peep this. I realized that some way, somehow, they were able to hack into my phone and get the data or the correspondence, whatever it is. They were able to get the phone number of that phone and clone my phone, so that whatever I saw, whatever I am looking, whatever you're looking at on your phone, people could look on your phone. Okay. I turned off all my phones Friday night because I don't have anyone calling me. Whatever business I have to take care of, I can take care of this business Monday through Friday. Saturday, now listen, Friday night, I didn't hear much from them upstairs. My phones was off. Now, when you turn your phone off, you got to turn the data off, the mobile data. You got to turn the Wi-Fi off, and you got to put it on airplane. I did all that for all my phones. Because upstairs, some way, somehow, they were given my phone number. They were able to clone my phone. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, I'm podcasting from that phone. Maybe that had something to do with it. It should not. But I said, okay, maybe that was the problem. That was the way. Saturday, now please listen to this. Because a lot of people are victims and you don't even fucking know that you're a victim. Let me tell you something what happened to me this past weekend. I scream and I shout and everything like that, but you have no idea what I'm going through with this woman, with this female. Saturday, I said I was going to go and I was going to, let me charge this phone while I'm talking. All right. Sorry about that. I have to charge that phone. Okay. I realized that all of my phones have been compromised. And once again, the above tenant has my information. I don't know these people from Jack. Never saw them. To this day, I don't even know what the upstairs tenant looked like. When I was at the SRO, I was there for 4 months. I didn't know who was harassing me above. It's only when me and him got into an argument 3 months later. Literally 3 months later when I had enough. It took me 3 months. You know what I'm saying? But what does this woman like? She likes fucking drama and she likes fucking chaos. So when I say that these people are evil, trust me, that is what they are. I got up Saturday morning with every intention, with every purpose and intention to go and get another phone. I was going to turn on one of the old phones that I had. So I took that phone and I went to turn on. I passed a lot of cell phone places. They weren't doing business for it's Saturday. People want to lounge, people want to do stuff. Okay? I'm asking everyone up and down. I said, do you know where I can go to do you know where I can go to get a do you know any cell phone stores around here? And they was like, no, blah, blah, blah. So I'm walking up and down and I came upon one. I go in the cell phone store and I tried to turn my phone back on. And they told me the plans of the cell phone companies. And I did not like them. Okay? It was not beneficial to me. Listen, I then turned to leave out of the store. And as I reached the door, I just turned back. Because you see, everything was just the spur of the moment. Nothing was planned. Didn't tell anybody my business. My roommates, nobody knew. Nobody knows my business. I tell my business when I want to tell them. When I want to share, I would come on here and I would share. It's my prerogative. Okay. So I turned back. And just for the hell of it, I asked the store clerk, the man, I said, you have any unlocked phones? He was like, yeah. I said, what's your cheapest unlocked phone? He gave me a price. I said I would like unlimited service. He was just like, yeah, I'll give you a good price and everything, and he'll join the screen shield, Ladies and gentlemen, at the spur of the moment, I bought another phone on Saturday. What's today's date? Today is the 30th, right? What the date was on Saturday. So if today is the 30th, then Saturday was Tuesday. We're looking at 30th was Monday. The 29th was Sunday. We're looking at the 28th. Or was it the 27th? I went to the post office on the 26th. So Saturday was the 27th. Sunday was the 28th. Monday the 29th. Tuesday the 30th. That's right. 27th was Saturday. Bear with me. The spur of the moment. Saturday into Sunday. Nothing, because they can't gauge, they can't follow me, they can't GPS me, they cannot track me. Now, my question to you is, how does strangers who you don't know, how would they be able to track you on a phone they know nothing of? Right? All right, boom. Sunday, I began hearing noise again. They're upstairs making noise. And I'm talking about noise like they would have a bunch of stuff in their hands, and maybe it's up maybe to their waist, and they would just drop it. I'm doing this in the bathroom, so hopefully I don't mess up with the downstairs neighbor, but you gotta understand what I'm going through. So I was just like, what the fuck is going on? I'm on my new phone, people. My 3 or 4 phones, they're in my drawer. It's offline, everything. Nothing. When I turned on this new phone, I made certain nothing, no correspondence from my old phone came onto my new phone. That meant everything is new. My email address, I got new email address. I never used my government name. Everything was anonymous. Just make up a name, spray can, bleach, whatever. Listen to me. Sunday night, these people upstairs, these demons upstairs started making noise in my head. I said, like, what the fuck, Then, listen to this. I got up out of the bed, and I usually do this to all my phones. I usually put a tape or something blocking the camera lens on the camera, so Keisha, that witch, won't see what's going on. And listen, what people don't realize and understand, and I'm going to school you. When someone has cloned your phone, here is what they can see. They can see what you're seeing on your phone, and also they can see through your camera lens to the back. So they can see your room, your apartment, your house. You have to block that. You have to block the lens on your camera in front also. I have not done that, but listen. I got up out of the bed. I got up to urinate. And I tell you, and I put a piece of paper over the lens of my camera phone, the brand new one. Remember, just bought it 24 hours, less than 24 hours the day before. This is happening Sunday night. I swear to God Almighty, as soon as I put the tape or a piece of paper over the lens of that brand new phone, the demons upstairs started playing their music loud. Let me tell you something. That sent me into a fucking tailspin. I went outside and I had to sit. Matter of fact, this happened at 3 o'clock in the morning. Listen to me. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. Because I always get up and I have one of those big digital clocks right there next to me. So I got up and I was so discombobulated. And I said to myself, you trying to tell me that she done gone give my number to these demons upstairs? Now, what people don't realize and understand is that this woman follows you. She follows me everywhere. Let me tell you something. In New York, we have cameras everywhere. And all you gotta do is Google Earth, or use the satellite to see where somebody is going. So she's following me, she's stalking me. She sees what store I go into, she goes into that store database. But the fact of the matter is there's no name. Listen, there is no name. So all she has to do is go in there at the time that I go in there, because the cell phone specialist, he have to set the phone up. He have to set the phone up. He has to give me a phone number, and that's all she needs. So he printed off the cell phone number to me. And unbeknownst to me, well, I had found out several years before that I wrote a poem, and I went to one of those internet cafes, and I printed off the poem. When I came back to the house, to my apartment, she was able to tell me exactly what I did on that poem, what I wrote on the poem. I called a friend. I said, is someone able to hack into like a fax machine and one of those printer and everything? She was like, yeah, because it's all digital. Whatever you print off, someone is able to hack in and see what you print off on your printer or on your fax machine. It can be done. It is being done. So if you think that your fucking faxes are safe, it's not. If you think that whatever you print off of your printer is safe, it's not. If you have a hacker can hack in to your printer. Remember, it's all technology. I realized that she was able to do this a few years ago. I was like, damn, I can't even fucking write a poem. And it was a romantic poem, but it was a poem about someone else. So I'm in I got up, and listen, I got so fucking angry. Oh God, do you know what it feels like to know that somebody is giving out your information like that? But it's the means that she's going about it. You don't have a fucking escape. This bitch is actually following you to the fucking store. Do you understand that I can't eat nothing without this bitch not knowing? I can't buy nothing. I can't do nothing. I can't talk to anyone. I used to wonder, it's like, what the fuck is going on? Do you know the kind of fucking negative energy someone has to put in behind the scenes? Let me let the cat out. You ready to go out? Come. I know. Come. Go ahead. So, I went out in the living room because right there and then, not only did I know that she gave the demons upstairs my new phone number, my new phone fucking number, but then they were able to see when I covered the lens. You think I'm paranoid for nothing? I gotta be watching over my shoulder. I gotta go buy a new phone. I don't have money to buy a new phone. I don't have money for that. But just to have a fucking peace of mind. Do you understand that as soon as I pick up my phone, these motherfuckers upstairs start with the fucking noise? Because they got a problem with me podcasting. They're in my business. Because they don't have any business of their own. So I said, let me go out and let me buy a new phone. At the last minute, so it was nothing premeditated. It was nothing planned on the fucking spur of the moment. And at 3 o'clock in the morning, as I covered my phone lens, these motherfuckers started upstairs with the noise, the music. Now, mind you, they started the noise, and all that shit. They dropping stuff in my head. They slamming up stuff. They stomping. I didn't pay no mind. At this time, I didn't know that this evil fucking bitch already gave them my data, my phone data. It was only at 2:40 something when I put the lens, I blocked the lens of my phone. That is when they started the music upstairs. Because that was the demon, the devil inside of them. They no longer had access to see, to fucking see. The demons, they have to see what's going on. And they were doing it through my phone, my brand new phone. I just bought the motherfucker 24 hours before. Let me ask you a question. If you could buy a cell phone right now, would your neighbors know? Would your neighbors know if you bought a cell phone? Would they know your number? I got up. I went outside right there in the living room. My roomie came out of the living room. She came out of her bed. I hear her, right? I thought she was talking to somebody else when she said that. I left you a text message last night. I didn't know she was talking to me. I forgot that I gave her one of my phone numbers. Because all I'm sitting there in that chair thinking to myself, I can't believe that fucking Keisha gave these demons my new phone number. Do you understand that? Listen to me. When I got that new phone, I didn't do nothing with it. The only thing I wanted a new phone for is I wanted a peace of mind. I downloaded movie apps. That's it. Free movie apps where you don't have to put your name, none of that stuff, no credit card, nothing. Like Tubi, free movies. You understand what I'm saying? And on top of that, I had a YouTube channel, a new one, because I signed up with Chrome. You know, Google Chrome. Everything brand new. I just made up a fucking word. Bathtub. That's not it, but you understand what I'm saying? So if you did that, would your neighbor know? No, right? But they fucking knew. Those motherfuckers upstairs knew when I blocked the cell phone lens on my phone. They started playing music real fucking loud. That was their way of telling me they're angry. They are angry because they don't have access to me anymore. And my question to you is how? How did you get access to me in that first place with a brand new fucking phone that I just bought 24 hours? Not even 24 hours before I spent my hard-earned money. Well, the government's money. But do you understand? when the public assistance give you money, that's assistance for your pocket, for you to buy maybe sanitary napkins. You gotta buy fucking chemicals for your house to clean your place. You understand? That type of bullshit. I have to pinch my fucking pennies together to go and buy another fucking phone, so I could have some type of peace. Do you understand what it feels like to be tracked and targeted, surveillance like you were fucking terrorists 24/7 by an obsessed motherfucking psychopath? And that psychopath is giving your fucking information to strangers? I couldn't. Within 24 hours, I couldn't. When my roomie left the apartment, I left her behind her. I went to the fucking park. And I'm just in the park and I'm praying and I'm crying and I'm asking God, why? Do you know how long I've been asking God to take this evil woman out of my life? Do you know how long I've been asking God, why would you put such an evil entity in my life? Do you know? And I'm just there and I'm asking God all these questions. After a couple of hours, I came back to the apartment. And I didn't even go into my room because I'm thinking that they're still playing the music. I'm sitting right there in the living room in the chair. My roommate comes in, the one that left out. She questions me again, and I say, she says, "You okay, roomie?" Of course, I lied to her and I said, "Yes, I'm not okay. No one would be okay with what I'm going through. No one." She then said, listen to this. She then said, "Yeah, they turned that music down, right?" I nodded my head absent-mindedly, because I'm still trying to come to grips with what was done to me. And she said, "Yeah, because I went upstairs to them." Now, in between that time, I did come in my room. There was no music, no nothing. Listen, there was no music, no nothing. I had then went back outside, and that's when she came inside the apartment from outside. She then tells me that, I went upstairs to them, and I spoke to the guy. I was just like, I thought it was two women upstairs, And I was just like, oh, okay. I had no idea she went upstairs. None. But listen to this. She went on and she kept on. And she was just like, yeah, because, I don't fuck around, man. You know that kind of braggadly and stuff like that. And I was just smiling and stuff like that. Yeah, because, fuck that. They used to run me out of here. And now I ain't fucking around and blase, 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 blase. I just sat there. Because I'm in my own world, in my own mind, contemplating what this demon Keisha Glymph has done. So it was a few minutes after she said that. Remember, she's talking about them upstairs. And she's angry. She's angry on my behalf. You know? And she's just like, yeah, and I ain't fucking around, they just keep on doing stupid shit and blase, 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 blase. Anyway, a few minutes go by. And I get up and I come into my room. Listen. I lay down on my bed. And as soon as I lay down on my bed, the music started again. On my new phone. And the question is, were they able to hear what my roommate said? And how were they able to hear it? The only reason that they started playing the music when I came back into my room and lay down to get some peace is because they wanted to retaliate about what she said. My question to you is, how do the tenants upstairs know what my roommate said to me? How did they know that I came back into my room and lay down on my bed? Exactly. They weren't playing the music before I came into the room. But ladies and gentlemen, as soon as I lay down on that bed to get some rest, motherfucking demons upstairs started with their music really loud. I was like, oh my God. You want to know why I hate this woman so much? Huh? You want to know what it feels like to be targeted by fucking strangers? You want to know what it feels like to have a motherfucking psychopath who thinks your mental challenges are funny? You can't imagine. You cannot fucking imagine what it feels like to be watched 24/7. Everywhere I go on my phone, now my phone is freezing. The fucking new phone. Do you know what happens when a phone starts to freeze? That means it has been compromised and I just got the motherfucker. Just spent money that I didn't have just to have a peace of mind. I'm laying on the fucking bed, yo, just now. They're playing their fucking music upstairs real loud and they're increasing the fucking volume in increments. For some reason, they saw that wasn't doing anything. So they started with the stomping and they started with the slamming of the stuff and I said, fuck this, let me get up. I said, fuck this, this is exactly what I said. Listen, all my other phones are turned off, I'm on the new phone now. I said, fuck this. Let me get up. Let me go outside in the living room. Exactly when I said that, they dropped a lot of stuff on the floor. I said, fuck me, man. I'm podcasting right now on one of the old phones. They got this phone too. Keisha gave them the keys. She gave them the code to this phone. Yeah. So right now they're quiet upstairs. You know why? They're listening to every motherfucking word I'm saying. Earlier on, when I was talking about Amazon, and when I was talking about what that witch was doing, they started playing the music very loud. I want you to understand what I'm going through. I'm not just paranoid for nothing. I ain't paranoid for nothing, man. Do you understand what I'm going through? Certain things. So she already given them the code and given them the what to look for, the direction to look in. Because remember, she already got my phone number. Because the bitch already tracked me to the cell phone store. It's very easy to do without GPS. All you gotta do is follow that person. Google Earth, follow that motherfucking person. And if they're in the local area, you can see where they're going, what store they're going into. I'm laying on my bed just now, and that's what happened. They're quiet upstairs because I'm podcasting. They got access to this phone. They got access to all my motherfucking cellular devices. Tell me how. Don't tell me you won't hate a person like that also. Don't tell me you would not hate a person like that also. You have no privacy. I have no fucking privacy. I have no fucking peace in this fucking room. Whenever those motherfuckers upstairs want to start making noise, this morning at 5:00 a.m., they started making noise. Matter of fact, it was 4:51. Looked at the motherfucking time. They started making noise. They stopped. And at 5:00, the banging started. You know what the banging means? Time to get up, bitch! Like, huh? Yeah. Yeah, these motherfuckers are upstairs like this. You're no dropping shit on my head and everything. This is hardwood floors. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And what do I do? Because one of the reasons that I went out and bought a new phone is because I didn't want these motherfucking demons up there in my business, or anybody else for that matter. You see, it's one thing to stalk someone and track them. It's another thing to track someone in order to fucking traumatize them. So that's what Keisha did. She is using fucking strangers. She is weaponizing fucking strangers to fucking bully me, to fucking traumatize me. Ain't that a sick bitch right there? Ain't that a sick motherfucking individual? But it gets better. Every time I do a podcast, this bitch trolls me. You know? Because let me tell you something. Yesterday, I did a draft about it. Didn't go live. And I said, no. I understand why she's doing it. She's fucking doing it because she wants me to fucking podcast. And it's so fucked up because I'm dealing with fucking psychological fucking bullying right here, right now. Having to deal with this and my fucking childhood trauma that this bitch knows about. Now let me tell you something about Keisha Glimph. If this bitch knows your business, you're fucked. You hear me? You are fucked. She will fucking use what you told her as a friend. I thought this bitch was a friend. She ain't no friend. She ain't no friend of mine and she ain't no friend of yours. Remember all of the questions I used to say that she used to ask me. She used to ask me, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? What is your biggest fear? Blase, blase. We used to be on an app called Experience Project. Another app, another website she used to be on was Yahoo Answers. She's up and down on Reddit. Whenever she goes to a fucking website, she takes it over. Now let me tell you something. Now it wouldn't have been so bad that she was just tracking me. Wouldn't have been so bad. It wouldn't be so bad that she's online saying all kind of things about me. It's not so bad that she's trying to turn my daughter against me. She's in my daughter's ear. Whenever I don't hear from my daughter, I already know that this bitch have my daughter's ear. I understand that. You understand what I'm saying? I know what she's doing. She is a master manipulator. We're not talking about a supervisor manipulator. We're not talking about a CEO manipulator. We are talking fucking platinum. We are fucking talking platinum fucking master manipulation at its highest level. Because when you've been under the care of a motherfucking a psychologist or a psychiatrist for many years, you are the student. And one day, eventually, the student becomes the fucking protege. So then those DMs starts talking to them, gets up into their craw, gets up into their chest, become their best friend, and get them to spy on me. Get those people to fucking traumatize me. I'm going through. The pastor says, you're going through it. The pastor says, I'm going through it. I said, you're right, pastor, I'm going through it. This bitch ain't stopping, and ain't nobody could help me. This bitch ain't stopping, and ain't nobody helping me, man. I don't know how to get this bitch out of my life. And I'm just like, I don't know what God is doing. I'm questioning God at this point. Why you got this motherfucking evil witch in my fucking life, disrupting my fucking life? One of the very things to make me feel good about myself or any woman, I've been having grays in my hair since my late 20s. Just imagine that out of all the packages I get from Amazon, all the packages, out of all the products I ordered from Amazon, only one was returned. One. Only one got lost in transit. One very fucking thing that would have, uplift me and everything like that. So when I look in the mirror, I don't have to. You understand what I'm saying? No matter how old you are, if you're 25 and you have gray hairs, you're going to want to cover it up. Do you understand the psychological fuckery that's going on with this woman? Out of all the products, the very thing that would have made me feel better about myself, when I look in the fucking mirror, is the very thing this bitch attacked. Yo, man. Yo. It's real out here. I'm trying to tell you, man. And, when she did this to me Sunday night, when I realized that she gave my phone information to the demons upstairs, I realized right away that she wanted me to podcast. And I got topics to podcast about. If you would look, I put 2 more podcasts that I wanted to talk about, which was the elderly, caregiving, and the young people. And I was just like, I'm not even fucking doing that. Do you understand that when somebody attacks you like this, because make no mistake about it, I am being attacked. I am being attacked technically wise, technology wise, cyberly. This woman is actually following me every fucking place I go and giving my information and where I've been and to fucking strangers that will do me harm. That will do me harm. That woman above me, she don't work. She's an addict. This is who Keisha Glimpse gave my new phone number to. Do you understand? Addicts have their own demons. Everybody have their own demons to deal with. But if you're an addict and you do drugs, that's another demon that you gotta fucking deal with. And this is who she gave my information to. Whether directly or indirectly, she is the source behind all that motherfucking bullshit, man. So when I walk the street and people look at me and everything, I don't give a fuck how you look at me. I don't care. What I do care about is when you have to cross the line into my personal space, my bedroom, man. The fuck you know about me? The fuck you know about me? You don't know me. Why the fuck are you terrorizing me upstairs? Stomping and throwing shit down and everything. We're talking about all day long. I'm not even surprised. I wouldn't even be surprised if she told those motherfuckers to wake me up. Slam stuff in my head, 5 o'clock. It's time for you to get up and go to the fucking gym. I'm trying to tell you something, man. I'm trying to tell you something. I got up all right. I got up 5 o'clock this morning, but it wasn't to go to the gym. You swear, something got to be done about this woman, but what? You can't prove this type of thing. How do you prove it? You can't. You just got to talk about it. And that's what I do. I talk about it. And I wish that I had talked about the Amazon 2 weeks ago, because had I done that, I realized that what I realized about this woman is that if you don't talk about what she's doing to you, she's going to take that as a pass to keep doing it. That's what bullies do. If you don't stand up and stand your ground and do something about what they're doing to you, say something, make people aware of the type of individual they are, their personality, their character, so that you don't even know what hit you. You would see articles, you would see videos on your For You page. You don't even know that you're being manipulated. All kind of shit would be coming your way. Articles. I used to get, she would bully me with articles. I would go on Yahoo. And I would be like, why am I getting this article? She is able to control the algorithm that you watch on the videos if you go on a news app. So I was just like, is that why you learn coding, to do that bullshit? You're supposed to learn coding to help humanity, to at least provide a service. And I'm just like, yo, you fucking whack. Keisha, you fucking whack, man. You a fucking bona fide loser. You mean to tell me that you're going to take all your time and all that fucking negative energy to find out what my fucking new phone number is just so you can give it to a motherfucker? You got all kind of videos coming up on my For You page and all that stuff, and in my algorithm on YouTube and all that stuff, and you're questioning. I know it's her, but I'm just like, do you know what people like her could do with their time if only they turn that fucking like maliciousness into something positive? That bitch could be creating an app to help people, to help the fucking elderly, just to help humanity. But she chooses to be Satan's helper. She chooses to bring chaos into the world. She chooses to be malevolent and malignant. She feels powerful when she's able to manipulate vulnerable people. People that are addicts, people that are in shelters, young people. They are no match for her. But she feels powerful when she can manipulate and triangulate these vulnerable people to do her bidding. Now, how fucking low is that? How insecure is that? I try to warn men. And I did that episode in that series about being a saboteur. She is not single because she can't find anybody. She is single because after someone is with her for a while, they find out how evil she is. She is not a good person. I got a problem. Now what the fuck am I supposed to do? Huh? I gotta go change my number. I can't go buy another phone. I ain't got that kind of money. Do you understand the predicament I'm in? My dilemma? That this bitch is watching everywhere I go. Every fucking store I go into. Everything I fucking eat. You can watch it through the fucking camera on the phone. After I'm finished here, I gotta block my face frontal camera. I only blocked the back one. When I got up out of my bed a little while ago and I was just like, yo, let me go outside because they was making noise. And at that moment, bam! I'm getting up out of the bed and you heard a loud bang from upstairs. In other words, they didn't like that. They didn't like that. These are demons upstairs, man. But she's a bigger fucking demon. You feel what I'm saying? But demons they communicate with each other. Let me tell you something. People that do the kind of stuff that they do upstairs, not good people. Listen to me. People that do the kind of things, people that are neighbors, the kind of neighbors that are upstairs are not good neighbors to have. Had I known that this was a problem moving in here, but when the T was telling me about here, she only told me about the drugs and everything like that, and I'm living here. And in the beginning, it was very rocky. I talked about it. I was like, fuck, man, she's having this and that. But then we talk. It was rocky with the young one next door to me now, but we got to live together. And when I'm living with someone, we got to get along. Because you never know when you might need each other. I don't know any of my next door neighbors. But when I see them, I say, hi, how you doing? I'm always polite, kind, and respectful. Because you never know when they might need you or you might need them. But these motherfuckers upstairs, that's a whole nother ball game. That's a whole other ball game. Not good neighbors to have. See, part of being a neighbor is not just how you treat your roommates, but how you treat and how you are aware of other neighbors around you. So you're not going to be blasting your motherfucking music 12, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. You're not going to do that. Why? Because you are aware of your surroundings. You know that you don't live by yourself. You know that you have people under you. You know you have people next to you. You're not going to do that. Why? Because you're respect neighbors. No. These are not good people. Listen, if I drop something, I'd be like, oh shit. Anywhere I go, people will tell you, oh, she quiet. That's me. It's hard wood floors. So even if I'm in my shoes, I'm just trying to be as quiet as possible. Because I'm so aware that there's a tenant downstairs. There's someone living below me. They're in a room just like me. And I'm so fucking aware of that. Do you know what the upstairs, do you know what these demons upstairs do? They stomp. I kid you not. They stomp. They bang. All hours of the day, all hours of the night. Do you hear that? She was just banging. Yes. When I said banging, they started to bang. Now do you understand? They can hear everything that I'm saying on this phone. Do you hear that? Yes. That's the very same thing that happened with my brand new phone. Like, if I'm doing a podcast and I say, man, these motherfuckers, they're up there blowing balloons. In the next instant, you will hear balloons blowing. They're listening to everything I say and then doing it. The very same thing with Keisha. Let me tell you about demonic entities. Demonic entities, they're restless. They need to be fed. It's like an addict. It's an addiction. You understand? Now, I'm living with an addict, and she ain't nothing like that. And she will tell you plainly who she is. I'm an addict, but, I'm functioning. And yes, she is. And she's a fighter. But I say that to say this. Addiction has nothing to do with that person's character. I will repeat that. Addiction has nothing to do with a person's personality. It's just like when someone gets drunk and they get mean. They're mean not because they're drunk. They're mean because that is their character. That is their personality. And the alcohol just magnifies it. If you're a good person and people love being around you and stuff like that, when you drink alcohol and get drunk, guess what happens? You act a fool. You might piss on yourself. You start making jokes. You slurring your words. I'm so sorry. Please, I'm so sorry. Take me home. Come on, man, bro. Come on. I've seen it with my own eyes. But when you're an alcoholic, when you're a mean person and you get drunk, you're going to want to fuck people up. You want to beat your wife. You want to beat your kids. You want to get into fights. That's just who you are. People like to blame alcohol. I don't drink. But when I had maybe a glass or too much of wine, you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to go and hide. I wanted to go in a corner and sit my ass down somewhere. I couldn't even fucking function. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I might have been slurring my words, but I never wanted to hurt no one. My roommate, you don't even know she's here when she's here. So I don't want to hear about nothing about, oh, well, they're acting like that because they're addicts. Fuck that! That's a lie. I'm living with one. That's a motherfucking lie. Like I said, I don't even know when she's here after time. That's how quiet she is. She don't bother nobody. So don't tell me that's because of the addiction. No. People are evil and people are demonic because that is their character and that is their personality. They have allowed Satan to enter their lives. That's all that is. They have allowed for her entertainment that they can traumatize me, trigger my anxiety, that I maybe go and then podcast. Wouldn't you have a problem with that? Well, I do. I do. And these are just the things. I don't even talk about all the stuff that this woman does to me, but it's just a little bit because I'm dealing with a lot. And so now she has to go whenever I make a podcast about her. She has to go and she's going to go in the web space, internet, social media influence. She has to go there and she has to make a narrative of me. I'm schizophrenic. And listen, I'd be on TikTok and I would get that For You page. Listen to me. I have never been under I've never been under a psychologist care. I've never been under a psychiatric care. I have never taken meds for any of that stuff. If you look deeper, you would understand who is and who was. When you find out that someone is trying to project a lot of shit onto you that they're going through or they've been through just to sully your name. So I would get things on my For You page after she's out there. You always know when the demons are doing something bad because they try to talk about it. She can't help it. So I would be on social media and I would get a video come across my page about when someone is when someone is shitting on your name, just know that, tell them to get the whole field. Tell them to spread the manure over your whole field. Why? Because it's going to produce some fruit in the end, shit like that. That's how you know that they're out there or she's out there talking shit about your name. When I started talking about her thing is she wants to be able to bully you and to do all kind of fucked up things to you. But if you talk about it, she likes to retaliate. So in the comments, she's saying that you got to separate from your parents, you got to separate from your mother and everything like that. Now, I haven't heard from my daughter in about a week or so, 2 weeks. I told her I wanted to hear her voice. I haven't heard her. Keisha works on my family. That is what Satan does. But my daughter is old enough now. She has to make her own decisions. I still love her. I understand what she's going through. Because what Keisha would do, she would go on her page and she would... Listen, a lot of people that come into your DMs or your inbox, they already know who you are. They've already been studying your page. They've already went through all your social media contacts. They've already been watching you. So when you think that someone, hey, how you doing? Blase, blase. Do you really know who's DMing you? You don't know. You don't know. They could be anybody. And a picture ain't shit. Do you know who you know when you're... How you know? The only way you're going to know if you do a Zoom call with them. And you see them talking. Not even a picture. You have to see them talking. So my question to these people upstairs is who you talking to? Who you talking to that you think is your friend? That wants you to do this to me or do that to me? Wants you to wake me up 5 o'clock in the morning, because she's using and she's weaponizing these people to make me do her bidding. I want to lose weight. Remember, she is a fitness model, or she used to be. She's a trainer. I'm doing my own thing. And I'm going to talk about what I'm doing. I am doing my own motherfucking thing. I have a problem with people like her when they try to control my life, telling me what I should do. I'm doing what works for me. If I try that and that don't work, I'm going to try something else. I have lost weight before. So I'm just going to go back to the same thing that I used to do. I'm going to talk about this on my podcast with the losing weight. But just this is overwhelming. It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming when you're poor. Do you understand? It's overwhelming when you have someone who is well-to-do. She has so much on her plate, but she's fucking greedy. I try to tell men, that's why I made the podcast for men. There are some women out there, oh God, you gotta know this, man. There are some women out there, no matter how much you give them, it'll never be enough. They are so fucking self-centered, selfish, and fucking. That's why I try to talk to women. She ain't never gonna have nobody. She ain't never gonna have nobody. I've told her that 1,000,000 times. I said, do you actually think the universe is going to give a woman like you somebody to love you unconditionally? And you be able to keep them? No. I told her that. The pastors are telling me, oh no, don't tell her. I said, why, Pastor? It's the truth. I said, do you know what she's doing behind the scenes? Do you even understand how evil she is? Now let's put aside, let's just say she have mental issues. Mental issues are going to have you stalk and surveil someone, go to a store, find out that person's phone number and give it to strangers that you know. Is going to use that information to traumatize someone, to raise their anxiety level. That ain't fucking mental illness. That's evil. That's wickedness. Know the difference. Stop pawning off fucking mental illness when it's evil. That's what it is. These are evil people. These are demonic spirits we're dealing with. I realized that I had to make this podcast. I really had to make it. You want to know why I hate this woman so much? I don't hate her just to hate. I don't do that. I'm not a hateful person. I may be an extreme introvert. I keep to myself, blase. I do my little podcast and everything. When you got somebody that's out for you and goes out of their way to fucking target you, then you gotta be like, yo, hold the fuck up, man. Bitch, you need to fucking stop that. Put a fucking spoke in your wheel, man. The fuck is wrong with you? You fucking sick, man. She's sick and they're sick upstairs, but they're not sick like with an ailment. They're sick with evil. And they're having conversations on social media with somebody they don't even know. And it's her. She is telling them and teaching them how to fucking traumatize me and trigger me. Deprive me of fucking sleep. Interrupt my peace. Remember, I've talked about it before. Ever since I was a child, I've had this problem. I would like to be able to go to fucking sleep in peace. She knows this. We would talk online for 10, 11 hours a day when I wasn't working. I got up, went online, talked with her, left, came back. We had a fucking relationship online. It was fucking deep. We would write poems and poetry to one another. You think this shit is just some type of surface shit, you know? But when I got to find out, like, her malevolency, I was just like, I can't. And she gaslights you like a motherfucker. You don't even know you fucking dealing with a fucking you're dealing with a psychiatrist that's a psychopath. A psychopathic what the fuck? What? These people they don't know. They have no chance. And she's only going to do that on the vulnerable population. She can't go do that to maybe a Tony Robbins. She can't fucking do that to the pastors. They already see through her. Because they see demonic spirit. They know. That's why I go to them. I go to the secular world. I said, yo, she's at it again, Pastor. You know what I'm saying? I just talk. What's in my heart, I just pour it out. when I talk about her, she goes online and then she twists the narrative. Oh, she's an embarrassment to her family, all that stuff. I have seen all that stuff. She would have content creators talk about, don't let everybody know your business and everything like that. I'm going to do another podcast, not right now, but I really want to talk to men. Because women like this is what ruin men's lives. There's some good men out there, but they're ruined because they thought that all they had to do was treat a woman good, treat a woman kind, give her everything he has, give her access to everything. And he didn't know why the fuck this woman still treated him like shit. Emasculate him, disrespect him. So that's why I made my podcast for men. Because I understand what they're going through. And there's some really, really fucked up, shitty women out here. I know. But I'll leave that for another time. But I just wanted to get on here to say that I'm going through it. I may make my little podcast here and there, but in the midst of things, I am absolutely going through it. See, a therapist can't help me with what I'm going through. What the fuck can a therapist do for me? Can they stop her from giving out my information? Can they stop her from giving out my cell phone information? Can they stop her from having people stalk me? No. So what's the point of it? What's the use? You know what helps? What I'm doing now, talking about it. So I prefer to talk about it on my podcast than to talk about it on a fucking couch to a fucking stranger that I'm not comfortable with. I'm comfortable on here. I'm comfortable talking about what I'm going through to strangers to let them know that you're not alone. And you may not be going through exactly what I'm going through, but you know what? I bet you're going through something. I bet you've been through something, and in the future, you're gonna go through something. I am here to tell you, share your story. Go on there, make a little TikTok, do whatever, Instagram, talk about what you're going through. And you will find demons everywhere you go. And these are the ones who's going to tell you why you talking about that. You're going to get hate. Those are not haters. Those are demons. Those are demon-filled. Those are spirit-filled demons. And I could tell you so much more, but I digress. I will save that for another time. But I am here to tell you that one of the leading causes of deaths in America is heart attacks, stress. And one of the things that stress people out a lot is that they can't talk about what they're going through on their job, in their home life, just with their friends, nothing. Because we have a society where it demonizes people that talk about bullies, people that talk about what they're going through. They want you to suck it up. Suck it up, let it go up to your heart. Suck it up, stay inside so it can ruin all your fucking bodily organs. That's what stress does, you know. You don't see it, but every time you keep stuff that people are doing to you on the inside and you don't get nobody to talk to, there are little striations that are being created, stress marks on your heart, inside of you, little by little, in your brain. So much people got to go through. After heart attacks, you got the stroke. Do you understand what a stroke is? That's a lot of fucking pressure. People are going through it and they have no one to talk to. I'm telling you, fucking talk it. Talk it. Because let me tell you something, what I found out. The people that are telling you not to talk about what's happening to you are the very same people that are doing it. Do you understand? Does that make sense? The perpetrators, bullies, are who you're going to get. So whenever you see a comment on your video or you see malicious or really hateful people, just know that, oh, you're one of them. You're a predator. You're a bully. Oh, you're the perpetrator. Well, what do you know? It triggered something. Do you understand? Just like how bullies and predators and perpetrators trigger their victims, when the victim speaks out. I said I wasn't going to podcast. I said that, but I realized if I don't podcast, they're going to keep doing it. And if I podcast, that is exactly what she wants. Because that is what she wants, you know. Those people upstairs, they have no fucking clue why they hate me. They don't know. They're online and they're being manipulated. They're like puppets. They're vulnerable. I'm trying to tell you, I have not seen the upstairs neighbors. I don't know who they are. All I know, their first introduction to me of themselves is loud ass music, pounding, stomping. That is their introduction to me. So as far as I know that their names are Loud Music, Mr. and Mrs. Stomping, Mr. and Mrs. Pounding. You understand what I'm saying? It's not like me and these tenants upstairs have had any beef. Or like we've had a history. You would expect that. Like, you know, like we had something and then I'm coming in and they were just like, oh yeah, retaliation. No. I know them not. Never met them. So when you see people are hateful towards you for no reason, just know that you have been talked about to them in a derogatory manner. And all you got to do is just go and just think. I'll be like, oh, fuck, it's her. Or it's him. You understand what I'm saying? She already knew I was going to move here. She already knew that. So she already told him upstairs the kind of person I was. She made my roommate next door to me. In the beginning, she made her, hate me. Remember the first couple of days I was here, it went off. All the electricity in my room went off and everything. And then she was like, yeah, bitch. We ain't had nothing. But Keisha already poisoned this young girl's mind against me. This young girl, she ain't got no fucking chance against a fucking master manipulator like this. She don't know. She don't know who she's online talking to. She has no idea. But I know her MO. This is what she does. She uses other people. She weaponizes other people to do her bidding against her target. I am her target. And I speak out against it. But these types of crimes and bullying are so hard. They are so fucking hard. Okay, impossible to prove if virtually. When somebody uses other people to weaponize them against you, how the fuck can you trace it back to them? You can't. All you could do is talk about it. Educate people to let them know, hey, a lot of stuff that's going on, listen, it may not be what it appears to be. You understand? That person was told certain things about you. And this is my problem with people. You don't know me. Man, you didn't even give me a chance. And that's the thing. You didn't even give yourself a chance to get to know me. Man, you could have fucking meet me in the fucking elevator because you're already GPSing me. You're already tracking my phone. All you had to do was try to test me. Whatever was told to you about me, all you had to do was fucking meet me in the fucking elevator, meet me somewhere in the building I'm coming in. You already see on the phone I'm coming in. Try to come and meet me and talk to me. Say, hey, what's up? And see if what the person is online is telling you is true. You didn't even give me a motherfucking chance before you even started being evil to me, man. That's the fucked up part about it. That the manipulation was so thorough. The brainwashing that she has done to people about me, that as soon that I go anywhere, they're already looking at me like, oh, it's you. Yeah. But I'm saying, how? How can you just start off being evil to someone without even giving that person a chance? How? You don't know them? The only thing you know about me is my fucking podcast. But that's just podcasting. Do you know me? Have you ever had any interactions with me in real life, one-on-one? Until you can say that you have done that, you have no right to be bullying me. You have no right to be evil towards me. Because I have done nothing to you directly or indirectly for that matter. I just moved here. We don't know each other. So you gonna just take the word of a stranger? You're going to just do that? So anybody can tell you anything and you just fall for it? How can you treat a neighbor like that? That's what I want to know. How can you treat a neighbor like that? somebody that just moved in that you don't know. You could be told any motherfucking thing. You could have heard my podcast. You could hear anything. Man, you didn't even try to say hi to me. And even if you did, then what? Since I've moved here, I've never been rude to anybody. I've never been disrespectful. Do you understand me? That is not my nature. That's not my character. That's not my personality. My personality is to keep to myself. To come on the podcast. I talk my shit, I make funny jokes or whatever. But when I'm serious, I'm serious. That's what I do. If I have a problem with you, I won't even talk about it with you. If you're doing me something evil, guess what? I'm not going to come and confront you. I'm going to talk about it on my podcast. This is my personal journal, my journey, my healing process. Especially if I know I haven't done anything to you. I know I haven't ever done anything to the tenants upstairs. I don't know them. But for somehow they know me. I told you I was walking the street the other day up the block, and as soon as I passed, the guy said, "Weirdo." People know me, I don't know them. I could take weirdo. I could take freak. But what I can't take is people stomping on my head and being evil towards me, all because of what? Who? Why? I could understand if they were teenagers upstairs, children. But man, these are grown folks. How could you let a stranger tell you how to treat a bride? How? I don't get it. I see it all the time. People that don't know people, like virtual strangers, they just start being evil to them. Nobody can tell me a motherfucking thing about anyone. Like I said, when I first moved in here, into this apartment, it was bumpy. It was bumpy for the first fucking week. And guess what? We started talking to each other. You understand what I'm saying?